We begin from one of the smallest nations in Africa, Togo, where lawmakers in Lomé approved changes to the constitution linked to the presidential term limits and how presidents are elected, which some opposition politicians and civil society groups have denounced as a constitutional coup. Togo's parliament had already adopted the amendments on March 25th, but the reforms led to an opposition backlash, so President Faure Gnassingbé called for further consultations and a second parliamentary vote. Here is our cover report this week.
The conundrum in capital Lomé began when lawmakers adopted a new constitution which moves the small West African nation from a presidential to a parliamentary system. This will enable the parliament to elect a president for a single 6-year term and not the public. Commotion set in as security forces broke up press conferences staged by opposition parties and civil society groups.
Enough is enough. It's over. We're going to fight. Everyone knows that they violated Article 52 and 59.
People in Lomé shared opposing views on the country's new constitution, approved by parliament, and before they could contemplate what was happening, the government through its spokesperson made this announcement.
Following the decree adopted today, the electoral calendar is rearranged as follows. Date of the legislative and regional elections, Monday, April 29, 2024.
Eventually, the lawmakers gave final approval to a constitutional reform switching to a system that opposition says will allow President Faure Gnassingbé to extend his grip on power. Under the amendment, power would shift to the new post of President of the Council of Ministers, a kind of prime ministerial role, who would be the leader of the Assembly's majority party.
We do not recognize this constitution. However, if they insist and present it to us, at first, we say it is very simple.
So
no one can say that everything is done to ensure that the President of the Republic, if he were to become the President of the Council tomorrow, remains indefinitely in power. The National Assembly, it is the majority of the National Assembly that determines who will be the President of the Council.
Celui qui va être président du Conseil.
The approval came days before April 29th legislative elections in Togo, where the opposition has criticized the reform for creating a new Prime Minister-style post they say will allow the Togolese leader to avoid term limits to stay in office. The Togolese head of state had already amended the constitution in 2019, allowing him to reset the time period and run for 2 new additional mandates. President Faure Gnassingbé has been in power since 2005, after succeeding his father, who himself ruled the small West African state for nearly 4 decades after a coup. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.